The next speaker I want to welcome is a longtime organizer for Palestine. I know that we've all been in the streets for more than a year fighting for Palestine, right?
Yeah!
We're all transformed by the struggle in Palestine, right?
Yeah!
Okay, so then I want you to listen very closely to Bill from Manahatta.
Today, sisters and brothers, is May Day. International Workers' Day. It is the day that we say no to racism and white supremacism and national chauvinism and all forms of bigotry. Today we say that no human being is illegal except for the billionaire parasite and their agents in Washington and on Wall Street. Today we say we are one global class, whatever country we live in. One class with one cause, with one enemy. The billionaire monopoly capitalist ruling class, the racist capitalist ruling class that is today centered in the United States, in Wall Street and in Washington, under the leadership of the Trump regime. We are not confronting a constellation of issues. We are fighting one issue. One global class war. And today, the heart of that class war is the heroic land of Palestine. Because our enemy, the U.S. military financial state, and its agent, so-called Israel, is using all their power, all their weapons of mass destruction to exterminate, to wage a war of extermination against the people of Palestine. They are burning children to death by the thousands. And they are starving 2 million people. They are trying to starve 2 million people to death. Governments around the world stand silent, and our so-called our government, their government, continues to pour in arms and money. They want to send a message to the world. The only crime of the Palestinian people is fighting to live in peace and freedom in their own land.
That's right.
And we want to send a message today. Our enemy wants to send a message that if you resist, if you stand up to us, we can destroy you, we can murder you, we can massacre you. That's the message they are trying to send in Palestine to people, to resisting people all over the world. Can we let them do that?
No!
Can we let them do that?
No!
Today, we have our own message. A message to the corporate ruling class and its flunkies. We can no longer allow our communities to be plundered, to pay for genocide in Palestine and war against the world. We can no longer allow our plans to turn out weapons of mass destruction rather than building hospitals and schools and housing we need. And we have to send a message to our so-called labor leaders. You cannot fight against Trump. You cannot fight against the oligarchy unless you fight to free Palestine, unless you stand up to war and genocide, unless you fight against the endless war economy that the racist state of Israel is the core of at this time. We cannot allow them to starve the people of Gaza to death. We must use all our power with the workers and unions around the world to break the blockade, to get the food and medicine and water into Gaza, and to get an arms embargo on the nation state of Israel, and to get every single U.S. ship and troop and plane out of the Middle East and every other country. Lest we think our enemy is invincible.
Never.
Yesterday marked the 50th anniversary. Does anyone know what it was? When the Vietnamese people took back Saigon and threw out the U.S. war machine. That was a great victory for the working class and oppressed people everywhere, including here. Now, the genocide happening in Palestine did not begin on October 7th of last year. It began 77 years ago when the Nakba, the Holocaust, the dispossession of the people of Palestine began by the Truman administration. So I want to ask everyone to join us to mark that anniversary on May 10th, Saturday, in Bay Ridge at 12 noon, to join with the Arab and Palestinian community here on the 77th anniversary of Nakba. And today, let's hold accountable the U.S. government and corporations, war profiteering corporations like Citibank and Chevron for the genocide, who are getting rich off the genocide in Palestine. You got to shut them down. And let us say two phrases that our enemies fear most. One is free, free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
And the other is workers and oppressed people of all countries unite. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Not another penny, not another dime, no more money for